Just stretch out on your back. Let those weary bones and a rest against the floor. Just wiggling around, getting comfortable. Just be here for a couple minutes. Maybe not quite that long. And just start to bring your awareness to your breath. Filling up as you inhale. And letting go as you exhale. Just doing a little scan of your body. Noticing if there's anywhere that's holding tension or just needs a little extra TLC. And send your inhale to that area. Imagine nourishing it with your breath. I'm going to read a little page that I read this morning and thought it was good. It's from this book called The Language of Letting Go. And it's about, the topic is fun. It reads, have some fun with life, with the day. Life is not drudgery. That is an old belief. Let go of it. We are on an adventure, a journey. Events will come to pass that we cannot now fathom. Replace heaviness and weariness of spirit with joy. Surround yourself with people and things that bring lightness of spirit. Become sensitive to lightness of spirit. The journey can be an exciting adventure. Let yourself enjoy it. And the thought for the day, it says, today I will have some fun with life, with people, and with my day. Just taking a few breaths into that. Replace heaviness and weariness of spirit with joy. The journey can be an exciting adventure. So if that resonates with you, you can kind of keep that with you, and if not, then that's okay too. Okay, just a couple more breaths. Good. We're gonna begin with a twist. So you're gonna start to bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor. And then you can start to draw your knees upwards towards the chest, bring your arms out wide. You're gonna inhale, and as you exhale, let your knees go towards the left. If you need a block between the knees or underneath the knee, please feel free. I want you to take your left hand to your right thigh, and just use that hand to help kind of assist yourself a bit. And then let your right shoulder roll towards the ground, and you can turn your face to the right. And breathe. Just be here for about 5 breaths. Turn your face towards the ceiling, and then start to draw your knees up as you inhale, and exhale, let your knees go over to the right. Getting whatever support you need. You can bring the right hand to the left thigh, and then left shoulder rolls towards the ground, face towards your left. And again, just about 5 or 6 breaths here. Just noticing if one side feels very different than the other. And just breathe in. Sometimes our stronger or our dominant side, or whatever hand we are, can be stronger but also a bit tighter. So just noticing. Good. And then you're gonna turn your face towards the ceiling and start to bring your knees up. You're gonna bring your feet to the floor. We're gonna take a figure 4 posture. So figure 4, you're gonna lift the right leg, cross the right ankle on top of your left thigh. Okay, start to press that right knee away from you. And then you can start to draw your left thigh towards your chest, right arm between the legs, okay, and then take a hold of the back of the thigh or the front of the shin of that left leg, okay? So you just keep letting that right knee press away from you as you draw the left thigh in. I just want you to find some sensation and then breathe into it. Let your jaw soften. Taking about 5 or 6 breaths here. Just breathing into wherever you feel it. And then as you exhale, just kind of let that exhale help to release tension. Carry it out. A couple more breaths. Good. And on your next exhale, you can release that left foot to the floor. And you're going to begin to switch legs. So crossing your left ankle on top of the right thigh. Let that left knee press away. And then you can start to draw the right thigh in. If you haven't yet taken a hold of the back of the leg, left arm between. And that same dynamic of that left thigh kind of pressing away from you as you draw the right leg in. And breathe. Let your shoulders relax. You find that mid-range where we're not kind of avoiding the sensation, but we're also not trying to force it. Just let the breath help. It's a couple more breaths. On the next exhale, right foot to the floor. Both legs straight out, arms overhead, full body stretch. Reach through your fingers, reach through your toes. So for the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take some single leg lifts. So if it's okay for you, you can keep your arms above your head. If you want extra support, you can bring your hands along your sides, and you can even tuck them underneath your bum a little bit with palms face down, right? All right. So as you inhale, you're gonna lift up the left leg, and as you exhale, you're just gonna lower it. Inhale as you lift the right leg, and exhale as you lower. Okay, so just moving side to side with your breath. Inhale as the leg comes up, and exhale as it comes down. Back of the neck is long. And synchronizing the movement with your breath. Just finding some enjoyment in your body. Okay, one more each leg. Okay, the next time your right leg, I want you to lift your right leg up. Left leg is on the ground. I want you to bend your right knee, interlace your fingers at the front of that shin. Okay, and then start to really hug your knee in towards your chest. It may come more towards your armpit, and that's fine. Okay, I want you to take a few deep breaths here. To really expand your belly as you inhale, and then exhale, hug that knee in. Couple more breaths. You can even open out your mouth and sigh if you want as you exhale. Good. And then from here, you're going to release the knee, stretch it out. Left leg lifts, bend the knee and release the fingers, and really draw it in. Draw it in like you really mean it. And then deep breath. Let the belly expand as you inhale. And exhale as you hug that knee in. Couple more. Good. And then after your last exhale, you're going to stretch that leg out. In. I'm going to offer you some double leg lifts. So if you're strong in this area, you could just keep your hands, along your sides. I always tuck my hands underneath my bum for this double leg lift. So you can bring the palms of your hands to the floor and then just let them kind of be underneath your hips a bit. Okay, so arms down along your sides. You're going to lift up your legs. You're going to inhale as you start to lower, and I want you to lower just as much as feels okay for you. Okay, so whatever angle works. Okay, and then you're going to lift your legs back up. So you're going to inhale as you lower, and exhale as you lift. Back of the neck stays long. You can take a few more. Okay, one more. Good. Lift up the legs, bend them in. You can either wrap your arms around your calves, not your calves, your shins, or just hold the front of your shins with your hands. Just give your big self a big squeeze. Couple breaths here. You can inhale, and then as you exhale, really come up into a little ball. So you can bring your forehead and your knees toward each other as you squeeze. And then release. We're going to come up to sit. So if your spine is okay with it, if your back's okay with it, you can rock up to sit. Otherwise, come onto your side and then press up to sit. Okay? So we're just going to come up to seated. Good. And we're going to come for butterfly. So you have the soles of your feet together and your knees, your legs are out a little bit like a diamond shape. Okay, rather than this is a cobbler's posture where your feet are really tight in. So this is good for the low back. So you can bring your hands to your ankles or your shins. I want you to sit up tall to start, inhaling, and then as you exhale, start to hinge from your waist. Now personally, I like to interlace my fingers here and bring them around my toes and kind of use that, not to force it, but just to help draw the body forward, the upper body forward a bit. And then breathe. Okay, again, you're finding that happy medium where you're not forcing it, but just finding a little sensation. Taking a few more breaths. Okay, and then from here, you're going to start to lift up the head. You're going to start to walk your hands back. You're going to stretch out the legs. I want you to have your fingers facing towards your toes, a little bit behind your hips. Okay, and then I just want you to lift up the chest. Okay. I want you to lift up your eyeballs and take a few breaths. So let the shoulder blades hug towards each other. Lift up the eyes, let the light come into the mind. And then from here, you're gonna cross at the ankles. We're gonna come up. I want you to press up for downward facing dog. If down dog is not what you want today, you can always come to your cat and cow movement instead. Okay, so you have that option. If you come to down dog, I want you to just move around a bit. Okay? And walk, pedal out the legs. Relax your head and neck. Say good morning to the back of the body. We're going to be up at the front, so you're going to start to walk your feet up. We're going to come up for a squat movement. So I want you to have your toes point out a little bit. So this is going to be sometimes we come into like a wide squat, which we're going to, but not yet. This is going to be more like of a traditional squat, okay? So your feet are wider than your hips, and your toes are in the direction of your knees. I'm going to give you some options here. So if your hands comfortably touch the ground with the knees bent, or you have blocks, you can certainly bring your hands down. We're going to bend the knees and straighten just as much as works for you. If not, you can bring your forearms to your thighs and take the movement that way. Okay? I do want you to have your knees kind of press out rather than fall in. Okay? And you just go with your own range of motion. I want you to just take a few more. So bend the knees as deep as works okay for you, and then straighten your legs. Okay? So if you can go deep, go deep. If not, you go your own depth. Good. All right. So the next time you start to straighten the legs, I want you to walk your feet towards each other. Okay, they don't have to be completely together, just closer in, kind of more parallel. And then I want you to bring the hands either to your shins or to your thighs, and I want you to lengthen. Okay, I want you to lift up. I want you to lift the chest forward, lift the eyes forward, and take 3 breaths here. Let the back of your neck be long. Shoulders draw down away from your ears. So the whole spine is extending forward. Okay. And then from here, we're going to come all the way up to stand. Arms up overhead. Good. I want you to take a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. So you're inhale up, exhale towards the left. Or inhale up, switch wrists. Lift up as you inhale, exhale to the right. Good. Inhale as you come up, and exhale as you bring the arms down. Okay, good. I made that a little sequence, so we're going to come for squat. We're going to take some squat circles, but goddess leg squat, okay? So wide leg squat. So just find, turn on your mat so that your legs are wide. I want you to have your toes point in the direction of your knees. We're going to take Jupiter Mudra, which is 3 bottom fingers interlace, and then your thumb and pointer finger come together. The Mudra of Abundance. Okay, good. So I want you to bend into your knees open out. On the inhale, we're going to take our arms and we're going to straighten the legs. We're going to lift up. And we're going to make a circle. So as you exhale, you're going to bend into the knees and your hands are going to come down. And then as you inhale, start to straighten and lift up. Okay, so exhale as you bend. You can keep the low belly drawn in a bit to help with support. Good. And as you come up, press down into those feet. As you straighten the legs. Come up, and the next time you come up, let's switch circles. Exhale as you come down, and inhale as you come up. Just a couple more. We need a little cracking in places on that. Good, and then the next time you come up, we're gonna stay up. Arms up, open up the arms, open up the legs straight. Good. And then from here, you're gonna release your arms. You're gonna come for warrior one. So you're gonna turn towards the right foot. So you're gonna have your right foot forward, left foot back. But I want you to start with straight legs. So you're setting up for warrior, but straight leg straight to start. Front leg straight to start. Good. You're gonna take a twist. So your right leg is in front. You're gonna twist to the right. I want you to lift up your arms. You're gonna inhale, and as you exhale, just open the arms to the right. Okay? So your legs stay straight and strong. Open up the chest, maybe gaze. If it feels okay for your neck, maybe gaze back towards your back hand. Otherwise, your head can be more neutral. Okay? Good. 2 more breaths. Open up that right shoulder. And then as you inhale, warrior one, so arms forward. Arms are gonna come up. I want you to bend into your front knee. Really root down through your legs. Legs are so strong. I want you to have your knee underneath your knee above your ankle. So if your knee is way far in front, just scooch the legs a little wider apart. Okay, arms up. Low belly hugs in. You're gonna inhale as you reach up, and exhale, I want you to cactus your arms. Lift the chest, back of the neck long. Feel that grounded earth energy. Inhale, arms back up. And as you exhale, you're gonna open it up for warrior two. So you need to adjust that back heel a bit. Warrior two, hip bones face out towards the side. You gaze over your front fingers, just for 3 breaths. Good, and then start to straighten the leg. Feet parallel. I want you to have a little bend into your knees, hands to the waist. Here you can have blocks. You can have a block underneath you if that helps. Okay. Inhale, heart lifts, and as you exhale, start to fold. All right, options here. I want you to move a bit side to side, so your hands can come on your legs, fingers can come to the floor to a block. You're gonna bend into one knee, straighten the other leg more. And then switch. Notice if one hip, one side feels a little tighter, just notice and breathe into it. And then from here, you're gonna have both legs are gonna be more straight. I want you to bring your hands to your waist. We're gonna come all the way up. We'll revisit that position, but we're gonna head to the other side for your warrior one position. So you're gonna have your left leg in front. Okay, so left leg faces forward. But you're gonna start with your legs straight, but you have that warrior one position. Warrior one position is hips face towards the front. Okay, so you're gonna open up the arms up. Inhale, and as you exhale, open out your twist. So you're twisting to your left. Maybe bringing your gaze back, but if that feels wonky for your neck, just keep your neck more neutral, face more neutral, okay? Let that left shoulder open up that chest. You can send out Care Bear hugs from your heart. Good. And then as you inhale, we're gonna come back up. Warrior one, so I want you to bend into that front knee. If you need wider stance, just scooch the feet wider apart, okay? Strong legs, really ground down into that back foot. Belly draws in, arms reach up. Do about 3 breaths here. Cactus the arms, lift the heart. Inhale, arms up. Now as you exhale, we're gonna open to warrior two. Start to lift up the hips. Hips open out, warrior two. Again, just for about 3 breaths. Reach to the back, fingers, strong legs. Own your space. Good, and as you inhale, start to straighten the leg. You're gonna bring your feet parallel again, okay? Hands are gonna come to the waist. So with this position, your feet can be parallel. If you do not have sciatica, you can pigeon toe the toes in a little bit, if that feels okay for you. Otherwise, keep your feet just parallel, okay? Inhale as your chest lifts. And as you exhale, the bend in the knees as you fold. You can have your hands where you had them before. Here's some options for you. You can have your hands where you had them before. You can have your hands on the ground, or if you want some intensity and your hands can reach, you can take a hold of the back of your calves or the outside edges of your feet. If you're holding on to anything, you can use your hands to help draw your upper body down a bit more. And again, you're just looking for sensation. So don't worry how far or where you are in your posture. As long as you have some sensation, you feel safe. That's all that we're looking for here. Okay? Taking a few more breaths and noticing if your weight is leaning way back in your heels or way forward, and find some even distribution over your feet. Okay, 2 more breaths. Good. And then as you inhale, you're going to start to lift up the chest. We're going to come towards your right foot. You're going to turn your feet. We're going to come for, pretend like we're going back to warrior one. We're not going to, but you can set your legs up that way. Okay, so your hips face towards the front. Back foot is angled so that your hips can face forward. Good. And I changed my mind. We're going to come to, I want you to come onto the ball of your back foot. Okay, so you're on the ball of the back foot. We're going to come up for a twisted lunge. So here, if you have your blocks or anything you want to bring your hands on, you can certainly bring them here. Okay? Left hand stays on the ground, right arm lifts up. Open up that right arm, open up the chest, maybe gaze up at the top hand. Inhale, and as you exhale, right hand is going to come down. Okay. From here, you're going to start to straighten that right leg. It may not go all the way straight. I want you to let that right hip draw back. Okay. If it's tight, welcome to the club. Breathe. Press that right big toe down. Good. Okay. From here, you're going to start to bend into your right knee. Left knee is going to come down. Okay. You're going to start to shift your hips back some and come up onto the right heel. And then I want you to start to turn your toes towards the right. So you're going to let your foot turn towards the right, keeping that heel on the ground, and then you're still continuing to bring that right leg more straight. And again, it may not go all the way straight. As long as you have some sensation. Get into that IT band, that outer part of the thigh that gets extremely, there's a lot of tension, so we're going to bring some breath to it. Taking about 3 more breaths. Tension gets stored up in the body, but when we get into it, it's not always comfortable, but it helps release it. Okay? We're breathing it out. Unpacking the boxes. Excellent. Okay, start to bend into the right knee. Right foot to the floor. We're going to bring that right leg back. And we're going to come for a puppy dog posture. Okay, so stretch forward. If you prefer child's pose, bring your hips back in child's pose. Okay. Either way, arms stretch forward. Forehead can come to the ground or a block. If not, just hold it up in line with your neck. Just take about 3 more breaths here. Head lifts if it's lowered, hands underneath the shoulders. You're going to step your left foot between the hands. I'm coming up for the twisted lunge. So back toes curl under, lift the back knee if you can. I forgot to offer you, if it's too much, keep your back knee down and you can take the twist this way, okay? Otherwise, you're going to lift up through the back leg. Right hand stays on the ground. You want your ankle underneath your knee and then lift up the arm. turn the chest best you can, maybe gaze up. Take 3 breaths here. Reach out through those fingers. Your fingers are an extension of your heart. Inhale, and as you exhale, left hand is going to come down. Okay? So from here, we're going to start to straighten that left leg. Again, it may not go all the way straight. That part doesn't matter. I want you to let this left hip draw back. Okay? The left hip's drawn back. Left big toe presses down. And breathe. It's really intense. You can always back off a little bit. Taking 3 more breaths. Send it some love, send it some breath. And then from here, you're going to start to bend into your left knee. Right knee is going to come down. You're going to start to shift back the hips, start to lift up your toes, and then you're going to turn those toes towards the left. Okay? You're still going to continue to straighten that left leg just as much. It feels okay for you. And again, it does not need to be all the way straight. Find some sensation and then breathe in. Begin to breathing out the stress. Deep breaths. Nice long exhales. And from here, you're going to start to bend into that left knee more. And bring the foot to the floor. Good. And stretch that left leg back. So I'd like you to press into a down dog or a child or puppy if that feels better for you. You just get off your knees for a little bit. So if down dog works, you can press up. We're going to do one more thing kind of from that knee position. So. All right, so knees are going to come back down if you're lifted. We're going to take a side plank, and I'm going to offer you a couple variations, okay? So side plank 1, well, this is going to actually be for all of us. You're going to bring your right hand underneath the right shoulder, okay, so in the middle of your mat. So you can keep your right knee on the floor, left foot stretches back, left leg stretches back, and on the inside of the foot, you can open up here, okay? You can still keep the low belly drawn in, chest open. If you want challenging plank, you're gonna come onto the outside edge of the foot, stack the other foot on top, and open up this way, okay? If you want the mid-range, you can take the top leg, bend it on the floor, and your bottom leg straight. We're going to give you too many options. They're all good, just different, right? Different focus, different angles, if you will. Okay, a couple more breaths. Whatever version you're in, I want you to let the bottom hand press down, top fingers reach up. There's pressure points for the heart on the hands. Just the heart. And then from here, you're going to start to make your way back towards the tabletop. So bringing yourself down from whatever position you were in. And then we're just going to switch sides. Okay, so left hand underneath the shoulder. Option, left knee can stay down. You can come onto the inside edge of the right foot and open up this way. Okay, you reach through the fingers, belly kind of draws in. And then if you have the option of the side plank. Okay. Taking about 3 more breaths, so you're pressing down into the hand, up through the fingers. Good. Inhale, and then as you exhale, right arm comes down. You're gonna bring yourself to your tabletop, and we're gonna come for a child's posture. Arms can reach out in front, or if you want a really relaxed version, you can bring your arms alongside your legs. You can just let yourself relax here. Breathing in, nourishing yourself with your breath. So from here, you're going to start to lift up. And I think we're going to do some forward fold. So we're going to come to seated. We'll take boat posture, and then we'll do some other forward things, okay? So the options for the boat posture, you can start out by holding the back of your legs, and I want you to really think of lifting up tall. So you want your chest to lift nice and proud, okay? Nice and proud and tall. You're gonna lean back slightly. So there's some options here. You can keep a hold of your legs, and you start to lift the legs. If you need to hold on, you can. Otherwise, you let go. Arms out, chest lifts. If you can straighten the legs more, you can straighten the legs. Some people can straighten them all the way. The hip flexors are really involved here. So anyway, you just do where you are and breathe. Keep that heart lifted, legs lift, chest lifts. Taking 3 more breaths. If you shake, shake. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower. You can take a pause. We're going to do one more variation. Since our reading was on having fun, we're going to do my fun version of that. Okay? All right, so we're coming back for our boat position. We're going to come up for the boat, lift up the heart. All right, you're going to open out the arms. So we're going to open the legs, open the arms. Inhale, and then as you exhale, cross the legs, cross your arms, give yourself a hook. You're going to inhale, open out the legs. Other leg on top, other arm on top. Give yourself a big squeeze. Good. Open up. Legs together. Heart lifts. Toes lift. 3 more breaths. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower. Good job. Take a breather. So we're going to take a fire log posture. So I'm going to give you options with this one. We'll start with your, let's start with your left leg in front. Okay, so I'm going to give you stages here. I want you to have your legs out more like a square rather than feet tucked back in. Okay, so feet are going to come out like a square. If you need to sit on a blanket or a cushion here, you certainly can. So you can stay right here in this position. If your hips allow you, you're going to take your left leg and you're going to stack it on top of your right leg. If this is really challenging for you, you're not alone. I know people that have practiced yoga for a really long time, and this posture in and of this position is really difficult for them. So it's not like whatever, it just is what it is, right? I want you to find which position works okay for you. If you stacked, I want you to have your top ankle right on top of your bottom knee, and then your bottom ankle underneath. Okay, so they're really stacked up. We call this fire log because it's like wood stacked up. If you're in this position and your knee's way up, you can always take your block or your blanket and put it in between here. All right. So whatever leg position you're in, if it's already really intense, you're going to stay upright and you're going to breathe. You can close your eyes and just breathe into it. If you have more room for sensation, you can start to bring your hands to the front. And then you just slowly start to walk yourself forward until you have enough. Okay, until you have enough sensation to work with. And again, I want you to find that happy medium where we're exploring, we're going in for the sensation, but we're not forcing it. Just Breathe in. Breathe into it. Let your jaw relax. Deepen in the inhale. Nice long exhales. Taking 3 more breaths. Notice if you have more sensation when you deepen the inhale. Very good. From here, you're going to start to walk your hands back. You're going to take your left leg. You can help it, stretch it out. You're going to bring the right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Okay? So from here, you're going to have your chest facing your left foot. If your hamstrings are tighter, I want you to, or even if they're not, I would really like to start with the knee bent. And then once you come into it, you can start to straighten it out more. I find that you come into it so much deeper. So you can try that option where you have your knee bent more. You can lift up the arms, inhale, chest towards the foot. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to come forward. Chest towards your thigh. Take a couple breaths, let your upper body relax. And then from here, you can start to straighten out that leg more, keeping your chest towards the thigh. And your leg may not go all the way straight. And again, here, it doesn't matter. As long as you have some sensation, you feel like you're creating length, that's what counts, okay? So you can work with your breath. You can inhale, lengthen the spine as you inhale, and exhale as you fold. Bring in some breath to your shoulders and your neck. The whole back side of your body. So taking a few more breaths here. Let your jaw relax. And then as you inhale, you're going to start to bring yourself up. We're going to bring it to a twist. So you're going to take your right knee, you're going to lift it up. Okay. So I think this is pretty personal preference. You can keep the right foot on the floor, or you can bring the right foot to the outside of the left thigh. Okay. I do it different. I do both of them myself when I practice, so you can do them interchangeably, just what kind of strikes your fancy. Yeah. All right, so you're gonna take your right hand behind you. You can hold on to the thigh with your left hand, or you can take your elbow, the crook of your elbow, and kind of grab it. I want you to use your hands to help you sit up tall. Chin parallel to the floor. You're gonna inhale, and as you exhale, you're gonna hug the belly in and twist. The belly hugs in just to help support your spine and also to make room for your twist. You can turn your face behind if it feels okay for your neck, and if not, you bring your face more neutral. Okay? Taking a few more breaths. So as you inhale, use that inhale to help live tall, and then as you exhale, use your hands to help twist towards your right. Deep breaths. I know it's kind of hard to breathe and twist, but do your best and breathe. Good. And then as you inhale, bring your face forward. Exhale, bring your upper body forward. We're going to take a little counter twist. So just bring your elbow, right elbow to the inside of the knee and twist to the left. And then you're going to come back to center. Good. Straighten out the legs. Squeeze. And then we're going to take our fire log on the other side. So you're going to have your right leg either crisscrossed in front with your legs out like a square. This may give you plenty of hip juiciness. Or if you did so on the other side, you can see about stacking. And remember, if you stack, you want to have ankles and knees right on top of the other one. And you can always put a blanket or cushion underneath here. If If this is already enough, wherever you are with your legs, you can keep your eyes closed and just sit upright and breathe. And if you have some space, you want to go forward, you just slowly walk your hands forward. You take your time. It's not a race, you're just looking at yourself here. Find some sensation and then breathe. Breathe and into it. And create space. Bring some nurturing to the areas that need it with your breath. Three more nice deep breaths here. Deeper than the inhale. And slowly start to walk your hands back towards your legs. Bringing yourself up. And you can help that leg come off and stretch it out. Okay. So you're going to bring the left foot to the inside of the thigh, and you want to turn so that your chest faces that right foot. Okay. And give you that option to start with your knee bent. And you can always straighten it out. So you're going to lift up the arms, inhale, and as you exhale, lengthen forward. Okay. Chest towards that thigh. Let your hands come down. Take a couple breaths, just finding some ease. Especially if the hamstrings are tight, sometimes this posture is not relaxing at all, at least not, it doesn't feel that way to me. But if you start with your knee bent and find a little bit of ease, then you can start to straighten out the leg as much as works for you without forcing it to go straight. Okay? So you're looking for some sensation and also find some ease with your shoulders and your neck. Making it as enjoyable as you can. And then just breathe and into it. Lengthen the spine as you inhale. Exhale as you fall. 3 more breaths. As you inhale, start to lift up the chest. Exhale, and then come all the way up. Okay. You're going to take this left knee out. Right leg is going to be active. So we're going to have that leg active, foot flexed. And then whichever you did on the other side. So foot can certainly stay on the inside of the thigh or on the outside. Oops, turned the wrong way. Okay. Left hand behind you. And again, hold the knee or grab it with the elbow. Lift up tall. Inhale as lifts up. And then as you exhale, hug the belly in. You can room as you twist. Okay, getting adjusted. And then using that breath. So lift as you inhale. And then open in the chest twist as you exhale. And about 3 more breaths. Keep lifting up like a rocket ship. Okay, as you inhale, bring your face forward. And then as you exhale, bring your upper body forward. Left elbow to the inside of the left knee and just a little twist to the right. Good. And then bring your upper body forward. You're going to stretch out that leg. You're going to come down onto your back for a happy baby. Okay? Up and down onto your back. Keep your feet on the floor and just take a couple breaths. Let your spine adjust, your hips. Good. Okay. So for the happy baby, You're gonna start to bring your thighs in towards your chest and big toes come together. So big toes together, I want you to reach between your legs and you can take a hold of your ankles here. Let's take a gentle happy baby to start, okay? So big toes together, hold on to the front of your ankles or shins, and then just start to draw your feet towards you. Let your shoulders relax, let your jaw relax. Just take some few deep breaths into this gentler happy baby. Now, if this version feels really lovely for you and you find it nurturing and you want to stay here, you can stay right here in this version. And just breathe and be with yourself in it. If you want the, I don't know, stage 2, you can take a hold of the outside edges of your feet. Or if you want a stage 2, but holding onto your feet is just doesn't work for you very well, grab a hold of the back of your thighs. Okay? So the soles of the feet are going to start to press up towards the ceiling, and at the same time, you're kind of drawn down with your arms. So you want to let your shoulders come towards the ground. Okay? You can rock side to side. If you're holding the back of the thighs, you're just hugging your thighs towards your chest, feet towards the ceiling, knees bent. And breathe. Again, you can rock side to side, do your low back, a little massage. If you're holding your feet and want to play around a little bit, you can keep one knee bent and then start to straighten out the other leg a bit more. You can do that even if you're holding back your thighs. You can straighten out one leg. Make sure you do the other leg if you do it. Maybe both legs. And bend into your knees. Bring your big toes back together. And release your feet. Stretch those legs up. Let your arms, feet out, straight out by the shoulders, legs up. Let yourself receive your blood flow. Those legs relax. You can make some little ankle circles. Circle in the other direction. Just finding some softness in your face. Let's take about 5 more breaths here. Just breathing into your heart. And then from here, you're going to start to bend your knees, feet to the floor. If you have blocks or cushions or anything, you can bring them underneath your thighs. It's a nice little assist. You can put the blocks underneath the tops of your thighs near your bum, or anywhere along your legs really that feel right for you. Okay, or anything to make yourself more comfortable, please feel free. You're going to come into the Shavasana, final relaxation. So finding a position that works for you. Shoulder blades roll down the back. Let your low back be comfy. Bringing your awareness to the heart center. And then your mind rests in the heart. And the body relax. And just resting here. Very gently begin to bring your awareness back to your physical body, starting to deepen your breath. Wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. We can reach the arms overhead, taking a full body stretch if that feels good for you. And then bringing the arms down along your sides, rolling over onto your side. You can rest here for a few moments if you wish. And then slowly begin to press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. I'm gonna just reread a part of this reading. So it says, life is not drudgery. This is an old belief. We are on an adventure, a journey. Events will come to pass that we cannot now fathom. Replace heaviness and weariness of spirit with joy. Surround yourself with people and things that bring lightness of spirit. The journey can be an exciting adventure. Let yourself enjoy it. Today I will have some fun with life, with people, and with my day. So may this this peace that we cultivate in our heart through our yoga practice, and this, right, we help release tension, and then we're open for what life wants to share with us. So may it be one of joy. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for coming. Namaste.